football. It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. So I'm here, back at the park. I think I like the spot right here. They got a lot of nice flowers in the background, so I think I might make this part of the park my spot. But you know, we're here in Japan, as many of you guys know, out here in Tokyo. Still in the midst of setting some things up to go to gyms, because in Japan, as I've learned, you can't just walk up into the gym. You had to make appointments, even if they're the smallest things. So that's what we're doing right now. But this is my first Inoue Fulton video in Japan, and let me just say this: with the whole like Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia fight that just happened, you know, it did a big number. It did about 1.2 million pay-per-view buys, the 5th highest gate ever in the history of Las Vegas. It's a huge fight. It was a huge fight. But they kept saying one thing during the build-up of the whole fight, during fight week, that really bothered me. And they kept saying that that's the biggest fight of the year. Now, it's a big fight, and the numbers prove that, but you guys know the biggest fight of the year is here on True School Sports. You guys know the biggest fight of the year is point blank, period. And the biggest fight of the year is going to be here in Japan, on Japanese soil, between an American and a Japanese fighter. And you guys know what that fight is. That fight is Inoue versus Fulton. Naoya Inoue versus Stephen Coolboy Fulton. All right, it's Tokyo versus, where's he from? Osaka or Yokohama? I forgot where Inoue is from, but you know, it's Japan versus the USA. You know, so it's a big fight, and I wanted to take this time to kind of reiterate why this is the most important fight in boxing and why this fight deserves the utmost respect. Now, the reason why this is the biggest fight in boxing this year is, number one, you have multiple television markets involved. This isn't just an American fighter versus an American fighter, you know, Victorville versus Baltimore, okay? This is, you know, you're going to have Japanese television involved. You're going to have Top Rank involved. You're going to have ESPN involved. You're going to have NTT Domoko, which is like a big technology company out here in Japan, involved. This fight's gonna have a lot of visibility when it does happen. So that right there, just from the television structure of the fight, it already makes it a bigger fight globally and a bigger fight, period. Okay, that's number one. The second reason why this fight is the biggest fight in boxing is because, unlike Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia, it's actually a title fight. It's actually gonna be for 2 world titles. It'll be for the WBC and WBO super bantamweight titles, which Stephen Coolboy Fulton is currently in possession of. And you know, right now he is the consensus #1 guy in the division. He beat Angelo Leo, who was undefeated for the WBO belt. He beat Brandon Figueroa, who was undefeated for the WBC belt. So he's done the heavy lifting, so to speak, in this division, and he's proven himself time and time again. And you got Naoya Inoue, a guy that's already 3-division champion, a guy that already holds the record for he's tied for the record for the fastest fighter in history to become a 3-division champion, a guy that has a crazy world title record of like 20-0 and with 18 knockouts or something like that. Naoya Inoue is literally, on paper, just based on accomplishments, he's already a Hall of Famer right now. He's already a Hall of Famer right now, 29, 30 years old. This Fulton fight, to me, is just pushing the envelope, because he's really doing something that not a lot of fighters in boxing do. You know, he's doing some Roman Gonzalez type stuff, where he's moving up to a higher weight class. He's taking on the #1 guy there who's undefeated with no tune-ups. And I haven't really seen anybody in boxing do anything like this. You know, move up to the next weight class, fight the #1 guy with no tune-ups, and actually beat him. The last guy I remember that did that was Roman Gonzalez, when he moved up from 112 to 115 and beat Carlos Cuadras. I'm sure maybe it's happened once or twice since then, but it doesn't happen a lot in boxing in that particular scenario. And when you factor in, all respect to Cuadras, he was very good when he was undefeated, but Cuadras wasn't as good as Stephen Fulton is right now. Let's call a spade a spade. So this is big time stuff. To me, I look at this as, in a sense, like Wilfredo Gomez when he moved up in weight to fight Salvador Sanchez. It's very similar to that. Now, will Inoue have a different outcome than Salvador Sanchez, or Wilfredo Gomez did against Salvador Sanchez? A lot of people are saying he will. A lot of people think he's going to beat Stephen Fulton, but we don't know until they actually fight. So that, just the fact that that's happening, you know, makes this fight bigger. I believe if Inoue wins, I believe he'll be Japan's, I'm going to say, second or third. He'll be like one of only a handful of Japanese fighters to become 4-division champion. I know Kazuya Ioka was the first. There might have been a second, but, you know, if there wasn't, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. But I'm pretty sure if Inoue wins, he'll be the second Japanese fighter to become a 4-division champion. So, big stuff there. What else is there? If Stephen Fulton wins, then Stephen Fulton has done something that no American fighter has done in the last 20 years. At least I can't think of one. You know, if Stephen Fulton beats Naoya Inoue on Japanese soil in a beautiful country like this, you know, in a nice park like this, that produces nice parks like this and lovely people. If he goes out and he beats Naoya Inoue, the monster, on Japanese soil, then you're talking about not a fighter that went to another country to get the belts. No. He's literally coming to another country to defend the belts, okay? Across the pond on the Far East, which is absolutely unheard of. 1,000% unheard of for an American fighter, because let's be real, most American fighters don't have to leave American soil because a lot of times the TV money and the networks money and the biggest money that could be generated is in America. This is a rare scenario where you're in the lower weight classes and there's more money in Japan. So that's why Fulton's coming out here. But still, it makes that special. And the fact that he's actually taking this challenge on, it speaks a lot to his character and who he is as a fighter. So these are just some of the many reasons why this fight is the biggest fight in boxing. It means more from a historical standpoint. It's going to be more watched globally. And it's just a better fight. Like, it's just a better fight. Like, I liked Ryan Garcia and I picked him to win and I was wrong, but I genuinely feel like there are more people out there in the world that believe Stephen Fulton will beat Naoya Inoue than there were that Ryan Garcia could beat Gervonta Davis, you know? So it's viewed to be a slightly more competitive fight than that fight was. So and truthfully, look, there's no fight in boxing that could be made that's better than this. Fury and Usyk is undisputed heavyweight title fight. It's cool, but it's probably not going to happen. Maybe that could trump it, but it's probably not going to happen. Better be at Bivol, great fight. But at the end of the day, like, there's things going on. There's things with this Inoue Fulton fight that are at play here that you don't see all the time. An American going overseas to defend belts doesn't happen. You know, a Japanese fighter looking to become a 4-division champion almost never happens. So I think it's only happened once. You know, so this fight is just amazing. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be at the Ariake Arena in Tokyo, which is about a 15,000 seat arena. Also, throw this in there. To get a ticket to go to this fight, right? To get a ticket to go to this fight, you couldn't just buy the ticket outright. No. In Japan, if you wanted to get a ticket to go to Inoue versus Fulton, you had to enter a lottery, and you had to be fortunate for them to pick you, okay? That's how big this fight is here. So don't tell me, if you can buy a ticket to go to any other fight, then it's not as big as Inoue versus Fulton, and that's just that. So I'm going to leave it at that. It's your boy BT, reporting to you live and direct from the land of the rising sun, the Far East, Japan, Ota City, Tokyo, Japan. And those are my reasons why Inoue Fulton is the biggest fight in boxing this year. You know, it's the road to Inoue Fulton. It's a tough, long, arduous road. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to get to the fight because, you know, I'll tell you guys later on. But yeah, anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. Like I say at every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.